Hello, welcome to a very short part 4 of my Everyday Enchantment Tarot supporting characters and hidden bits videos. And in this one, which is the 9 of coins, let's have a look at them. There they are. Hello. And there's her dinner. What I want to focus on, which is very small on the actual card, is the Sparrow Hawk in her beautiful garden. There we are. I think that's as close as we can get without losing all the detail. So yes, it's important to me because so much work has gone into them, and when they reduce down, you're going to not really get any sense of the work that went into it, or how they're constructed, the colours that were used. I mean, the cards are printed beautifully, but just by the very nature of the fact that this is an A4 piece of paper and it ended up being, card size, yes, you're bound to lose a lot in translation. And I know that you're going to look at these and see that the original versions, and there were subsequent versions to these, some of them were reversed, some of them were reworked. These, I'm just showing you some of the original artwork, and it's not all of it, and a lot of it was unfortunately damaged by damp. So you're going to see that, it's not absolutely pristine and perfect, but I think that's important because that, it's real. It's like me making the mistakes in part 2, I do like to keep things real. So there's the Sparrow Hawk. And down here, I just wanted to show you this vase of flowers. It's a kind of a background detail, but there's a lot of work in them. And it all goes to construct a kind of an ambience, part of her elegant need, her elegance, her need for a beautiful environment that reflects her ethos of life. So they're all symbols. It all adds up. Hello, cat. Right, let's move on. Oh, just looking at 6 of blades and the flying geese. Nothing particularly outstanding about them, but they're lovely. And I just like to share with you how things were done. Even if they were changed later on, this is how they began. And the colours are very important, and of course you're not going to have seen them exactly on the cards, even though they're fantastic reproductions. Right, King of Wands. We're not going to look at King of Wands though, because you've all seen him clearly. If you have the deck, let's look at a supporting character. Let's focus on him, shall we? This chap here, I love this chap here. I don't know what it is about him. He just looks so sweet and innocent and nice, and just full of enthusiasm and support. I think he's just a lovely character and quite easy to overlook him. Have you overlooked him? You quite easily could, because you've got this glowing figure in the front, and you've got the dog, and you've got the unseen beings, you've got all the characters in the front, this boy, and then at the back you've just got this quiet, unassuming, lovely little man. So I thought I'd let you meet him a bit more, I don't know, leave that where it is because I can't think. See him a bit more clearly anyway, hopefully. There he is. And see how the colours in his face that you may not pick up on the actual card. Right, and finally we start with the card that started it all. For me, the Fool was the first one I ever thought of, and he was the basis of me putting the Everyday Enchantment together. And this whole card embodies Everyday Enchantment, only it's kind of gone beyond that to a level of magic that is beyond the everyday. It's become an enchanted world rather than the world that we know whereas most of the cards kind of imbue both. This one's gone a bit further into a realm that couldn't really exist in this reality, though hopefully it could in another one. But he can see into the other one because he's the Fool, and he can bridge between both worlds. He can step between this world and the other world. So I wanted to look at this man. I've always found him fascinating and fun. He is working up on the scaffolding behind... Focus, please focus, come on. Behind the Fool. He's quite small, but when you focus in on him, and he's not the most elegantly drawn figure of all of them, but there was something about his raw expression that I didn't want to change, because I just love that it's shock, it's horror, it's... What? It's just... He can't believe what he's seeing. He's there with his hard hat and his ear defenders, protectors, and his high-vis jacket thing, and doing his work, and there's this man... his friend, his colleague, who's about to step off the plank. Maybe he can't see any of the other stuff that's going on. Well, he can't, can he? All he can see is a man that's about to step off a plank. Right, my battery's about to run out. I hope you've enjoyed that little bit of a in-depth guide, and see you again soon. Lots of love. Bye.